Props, it's always a good idea, so I've just made myself a bolster. If you have a proper bolster, it's obviously better. You can use any combination of cushions, block, maybe one today can be handy, one or two actually if you have two, or books or blanket definitely for the Yoga Nidra, especially when it's cold like today. You're going to want that for sure. And just start in any comfortable sit. So since I have the harmonium out, we'll just do a little meditation, a little grounding. I'll try to play my very best, which is not of a very high standard. I'm still learning, but hopefully that's going to help you to relax. And if you have a bolster, you can already place your bolster right behind you. So ideally, as often mentioned, if you can practice with your eyes closed, if you feel comfortable, that's always a good thing. So find your comfortable seat. It can be any cross-legged position on your knees, or if you even want to start with a little butterfly, sort of the feet together, just letting the knees open out. You can also place a block if you feel this is pulling a little bit too much to the inside of the legs. Tall spine. Just taking a moment to arrive, to let go and let everything that has happened or not happened during the week dissolve. Let the eyes relax. Start to focus on the breath. Gently letting the spine elongate as you inhale in through the nostrils. As you exhale, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing your hands on your lap. Or maybe between your legs, if you're in the butterfly, whatever is comfortable. We'll take a few breaths here. A slight energizing inhale from the bottom of the abdomen, lower ribs, side ribs, back ribs, heart, shoulders, throat, and the exhale. Let everything relax. Focus on the next few breaths to allow you to relax. Just feeling the breath. A bit more relaxed and soft. Eyes relaxed. Just maybe now noticing the natural flow of breath. Just an easy breath in through the nose, into the body. Out the body, out the nostrils. And next, breath out. Hopefully your bolster is just right there for you to land, spine on the bolster or cushions, whatever you might have, for Sutta Konasana or Baddha Konasana. If you have the sole of the feet together or want to now place the sole of the feet together, just letting the chest open as you relax your arms by your side, finding a little back bend, a little support for the spine. So again, you can keep your legs either straight if the back bend and the chest opening is already quite enough, or if you feel you want, you can take more. So the feet together for Baddha Konasana. The closer the heels to the groin, the stronger the stretch. We'll be there for quite a few minutes to feel maybe the music still, the breath. Just allowing for the body to fully relax, particularly the spine. Still using the breath, but without force. We're not really forcing the breath, we're just allowing the breath to flow wherever it wants to go. A little lengthening still in the spine, every inhale. A little relaxation, every exhale. From the spine, you might be feeling the breath a bit deeper in the hips, the shoulders. As we open through chest, heart, maybe inner groin. Just allow yourself to sink into the practice, to sink into the body, and maybe even emotions. As the spine continues to relax on your bolster, cushions, and also bring the awareness of whatever other parts of the body are in contact with the mat, the earth. To bring some sense of grounding, not only to the body but also to the mind. Your exhales might be becoming a little bit longer. Softer. Deeper. And very gently, still with your eyes closed, staying connected to the breath, into the spine, and slowly help your knees together if you have the sole of the feet touching, rolling over onto one side, very gently, pushing bolsters, cushions away, and you just come straight onto your back, relaxing completely the spine onto the mat, the earth. Let your arms relax by your side and just feel the release in the spine. Notice the release in the shoulders, the hips, each 26 of the vertebrae in the spine, softening, maybe feeling already some emotional release from the hips or the activation of the heart region. Feeling the breath into the spine. Rising and falling. To one side to come to your all fours. Might feel good to take a little movement for the spine if you feel a little release into the spine with any cat and cow flexion and extension, or maybe it's a little lateral stretch if you feel a little bit of a pull towards the sides, or any sort of funky cat and cow if you need to swing the hips in circles, or any sort of number 8 shape or combination of all, anything that feels good. Before we move into a pigeon pose, one pose for the right side. So you can bring your right knee just behind your right wrist to the outside edge of the mat, and then pay attention to your front knee as usual. You want to be gentle with yourself, opening the leg as much as comfortable for the knee, placing any prop that you might need under the hip for support if you need. So the block comes handy because of a few different heights, but if you have any cushions or bolster, it may come handy. Starting onto your fingertips to get this adjustment, maybe a little wiggle, and once you found your spot for your hips as level as possible to the ground, you can start to make your way down. So we want to keep the principles of the yin practice as usual, moving into a depth that is comfortable for your body so that you're not cringing, and you can keep that breath slow, soft and deep. So if you need to stay onto your elbows and bring any props for the abdomen, chest, you might be using a block for your forehead. That's always quite a good thing to have, supporting the head. Trying to resolve to remain still once you found your edge, and we'll hold that for 3 minutes. So once you've landed in your pose fully, not much you need to do. You just linger there. You let the breath flow in and out. And You just follow the breath. Maybe in the spine. Hopefully into the hips, legs, so we've got a bit of a strong target area around the hips, right glute outside, right leg, inner left leg, stretching these areas, and the inner right leg has a little bit more compression, different feeling. So all you want to be doing there is, again, observing, lingering, with as little judgment as possible. Just enjoying the pose, the sensations. Very slowly, then you can keep your eyes closed. Inhaling, coming up, you can press your hands into the earth to release the leg. Just stretch your right leg back. You can come onto your knees first and release onto your abdomen. We'll take a rebound here, overlapping your hands. A few options. You can either turn your head one way, or if you want to keep the head straight, I like to create a diamond shape with my index and thumb superposed, so I can create some space for my nose, so I can keep the neck straight, letting the heels turn in, toes out to relax in the lower back. And just feel the effects of the release in this rebound. Again, a pose that works deeply into the hips, emotions. You might feel even more release of emotions during the rebound. Slowly going to transition to the next sides, bringing the toes together, hands under your shoulders, we'll stretch into child's pose, hips to your hands, just giving a bit of a stretch to the spine. We'll just be there for a few breaths, just to allow to notice into the hips, left and right. Noticing the sensations, maybe right hip a bit more open. And coming onto your all fours, setting up for the other side, watching maybe for more injuries on the other side, if that has happened in the past. We'll bring some symmetry into the body, taking the other side, adjusting. Ideally in the same shape that you did on the previous side. And when you feel ready, as you exhale in stages, you can come down, maybe first elbows, and then all the way down, and just relax there. I will leave you alone for this one for the minute seems in this beautiful pose to be quite short, so just enjoy, breathe through it. As slowly and consciously as possible, Inhaling, coming up. You take the rebound on the abdomen, stretching left leg back, turning the head the other way if you did, or to the center, and just feel the release on this next side. Inhaling up, coming to a sit, placing the bolster, or any cushion just across the mat behind you for a reclined fish pose. So for this one you can also most probably start with the legs straight. Also you can bring the sole of the feet together. You just want to make sure that you're relaxing the lower ribs, bottom of the shoulder blades onto the bolster so that your shoulders hang beyond the bolster, the supports. Then you can relax your arms in T-shaped position. If this is too much for your neck, you can use any cushion, blocks to support the back of the head. Few different levels if you're using a block, that's why they might be quite handy, and you can take that in stages. Whenever you feel you can go further, maybe from the high level to the middle level, to the lower setting, or maybe even to nothing if you feel like a deep back bend, deep opening into the front of the body, and just feel that. We're going again for more opening across the chest in a little bit of a different way than the previous pose, the first pose. So just feel that, and if you want, again, maybe a little bit more, you can always start to bring your arms overhead, any amount from the T-shaped position all the way above your head, maybe even catching hold of your elbows. And breathe into the front of the body. You might feel the breath a bit more into the front of the body as you inhale, and hopefully as you exhale, the back body, the spine, relaxes a little bit more. So good spinal work today. So try to focus the breath into the spine, all along the spine. You might be feeling the connection of the earth into the sit bones, pelvic floor, the base of the spine. And the breath connects it. The top of the spine, the crown of the head. And maybe you also find some sort of connection, support from the back of the head into any prop or the earth. And probably the best way to release is to try to roll over onto one side, bending the knees, sort of the feet flat, rolling over onto the side to push the props away and come onto your back. You can just relax if you are just doing the yin practice in Shavasana on your back for a moment, just to let it all settle, feel before you come out of the practice. Or I strongly encourage you to do a Yoga Nidra, so covering yourself to make yourself really nice and warm. I'll put the link down below for you to go and do a Yoga Nidra, a guided meditation where you relax on your back completely, taking a moment to completely let everything dissolve and enjoy this beautiful practice on your back. Make sure that you are warm, covering yourself. Make the last little adjustments once you have started to play the video or the audio.